Hey guys, I'm in Casablanca and I came here for one purpose, and that is this is a quick video about my two recent trips and the shoes that worked and the shoes that did not work. So I usually have a couple go-to shoes that I wear when I travel because of the type of traveler I am, and that is a traveler who enjoys walking and experience the destination by foot. And so again, that requires a lot of walking. And my son said that in a lot of my photos that my shoes didn't match my outfit, and I tried to explain to my millennial son that sometimes, at least for me, it's more about the function than the style. But nevertheless, I obliged him and stepped out of my comfort zone, and I took with me to my trip to Puerto Rico some shoes that I thought were comfortable, but also cute. So this is just a review about my experience in these shoes. So let's start out with the ones that did not work so well, and that was my trip to Puerto Rico. And let's say one pair are these Doc Martens. You would think they would be super comfortable for long-term walking. That's why I took them with me. Now I've had no problems with them, and when I'm at home and just wearing them in and out the car and short walks, but just not hours and hours of walking. They did not work for me. The thing that bothered me in these shoes were the top of my toe, my big toe. It became very uncomfortable for some reason. It kept digging into this, and it was rubbing my bottom big toe after a few hours. I think maybe about 3 or 4 hours, they began to bother me. And I wasn't walking for the entire 3 or 4 hours. I mean, I took breaks in between, but by the third hour, they were starting to become very uncomfortable. And I said, okay, note to self, these are not the shoes to take with me for travel the next time. The other pair of shoes are these Crocs. So these Croc slides, I've had these for a while. You would think, again, they're Crocs most of the time. My experience with Crocs are that they've been very comfortable in just when I'm doing local travel, when I'm doing a lot of walking. And I bought these with me because they would give my feet some breathing room without being encased. And so I thought, okay, the first day the Doc Martens didn't work, so let me try these Crocs, I've taken the flip-flop Crocs with me and they've worked pretty well, but these did not work. Another pair of shoes that I thought would work, which were also my airplane shoes, are my Converse, my Chucks. So, I mean, under normal circumstances, I have no problems with them. They fit comfortably. I don't do shoes that hurt my feet. I'm sorry, I just cannot. So I mean, all of these shoes, they fit perfectly, they fit comfortably, but I just never pack them with me for my travel because, again, of the type of traveler I am. So these did not work. My foot, after some time, with and without booties, the non-slip little ankle socks that you can wear, my foot began to slide. So needless to say, it felt like my feet, they were rubbing around my toes, the bottom of my foot, and it became very uncomfortable. So I figured I'll bend the bottom and try to wear them like slides. That too, I still had the same effect. So these, for me, were comfortable, and so they will not be going with me on another travel event. So the Converse did not work for me. So what did work for me are my tried and true. I have 4 pair of these. I take these with me and I wear them with most of my outfits. And these are the shoes my son was not happy with in most of my photos. He said they did not work, but I'm like, well, they were comfortable. I walked for hours without any problem, and they are my Vans. Again, I have 4 pair of these in different colors. I have the hot top ones also, and no matter how much walking I've done, these have always been very comfortable for me. So needless to say, I will be purchasing more and these will always be with me for travel. Another pair of shoes, and they're new to the family. I still have some items packed here in my Eagle Creek my shoe bag. Sorry, wrong bag. Another pair, another Eagle Creek shoe bag, and oh yeah, here it is. But these are new to the family, and these are the Tevas. OMG, these were super comfortable. So the 3 shoes that I showed you, I took with me to Dominican, and that's the first. I'm sorry, to Puerto Rico, and that's the first trip I went on. And none of those shoes they weren't comfortable for my extensive walking. And so the next trip I went to, which was 2 days later, was I went to Dominican. I said, okay, those shoes are out. So I packed my usual, but then I wanted to try some new ones. And so these are some new ones, and these are the Teva 1984. I'll put the name specifically of all the shoes in the description. But these were super comfortable. I wore these more than I wore these, simply probably because it was very hot in the Dominican. My feet were still able to be out and free, and because of the way they're made, my feet did not feel restricted. So those worked for me. I also took these Steve Maddens, and these are strap up. I didn't do a lot of walking in them. I did average walking, and surprisingly, these were very comfortable. So these will go with me on another trip. So I enjoyed these. Oh, and another pair of shoes that I took with me to the Dominican and turned out not to be very comfortable were these. I packed these specifically just for my beach shoes. These are Steve Maddens, and the issue with these are for people with very narrow feet. So the width of my feet weren't comfortable. They sort of spilled out to the side, so they were cutting my foot just walking along the beach and on a pool area. So these are a no. These will probably become like house shoes or casual shoes just around the house if I don't give them away. So these are a no. So that's it. I just wanted to share with you some of my experiences with shoes, travel shoes that have worked and did not work, and also remind you to take into consideration what type of traveler you are, not only when you're packing your wardrobe, but in the shoes that you choose to pack. Think about the walking, where you're going to walk, the type of, like if you're going to be doing some hiking, of course you want to get some shoes that have very firm bottom. And most people think about tennis shoes, but those aren't always the best, because when you're going hiking or going somewhere where the area is not smooth, tennis shoes, because there's so much give in the tennis shoes or the sneakers, it can become bothersome to your foot. Because of the give, you can feel all of the rocks and cracks and lumps and bumps along the way, and after a while that can become very uncomfortable. And also you would think, some shoes like Converse, if you don't have the issue like I have with your foot sliding in them, and they fit perfectly. I'm a size 11. Sorry, I'm a size 11, 5'10". I wear them every day at home, but just with me on travel, they did not work for long-term walking. When you're out and about experiencing the destination, you don't want your feet to be bothering you, but you still want to be cute. But for me, function is more important. Okay, so I think I'm beginning to ramble. So again, make sure you check back often, and happy travels.